Recording to go. So find a comfortable position on your mat and angle the camera so I can see what you're up to. So that looks good, Jeanette. Brilliant, Elaine. It has to come down a little bit more, Maria. So you'll get a workout. Angling that. That looks better. Yep. Don't worry, I don't need to see your head. So we will start releasing the shoulder. So if you put your thumb on your neck and just grab the squishy bit of the upper trapezius, your upper shoulder, and we will do some self-massage to start warming things up. Because actually, even though the sun is sort of trying to shine, it's a little bit cool today. So tension naturally creeps in anyway. It might be a bit ouchy, but work through that. Just try and allow the big shoulder blades to drip down your back a little bit more. Work along from the shoulder towards the neck and back out again. Obviously, your hand's getting a bit of workout as well. Waking all those muscles up. So we'll be using the wrists and the hands later. Just a second more. And then change sides. So thumb up the neck, holding the upper shoulder and really squidge and get in as deep as you can manage. Working along the shoulder a bit, away from the neck and then back again. A few more squishes. And then release. And we'll finish with one further neck release exercise, simply having your chin above your chest and then look one way, nice and small, back to center, look the other way and back to center. One more. And notice any creaks or pain and just take it as far as you can and back to center. Then look the first way again, nodding the chin to that shoulder, lifting it back up and to center. And the other way, nodding the chin, lifting it up and center. One more. Nodding, lift and center. And again, final time, nod it down, lift up and center. Then lie yourselves down onto the mat if you're not there already, feet hip width apart. You can have something behind your head if you want for comfort, but we'll take it away shortly. And then holding either your wrists or your forearms or something, if you want, we will shoulder release. So allow the arms to be really heavy in the shoulder joint, arms across above your chest. And then as you breathe in, tap one elbow down to the side, breathing out, start drawing in the abs into the body and breathing in to tap to the other side. And again, noticing whether one side is tighter than the other and find the grip that allows you to move the arm in the shoulder joint without peeling your back off the mat. So for me, my right side, as I tap down, is better and easier. And when I tap my left shoulder down, I really have to work at keeping my back on the mat. So really drawing tummy button to spine, but breathing through that connection. Breathing in to tap down, nice and slow. Breathing out to center. And again, over to the other side, keeping the rest of the body nice and still. Being in control of that work and movement. One more to each side. And then take it back down to the side, up and round overhead, as long as you keep those ribs knitted down towards the hips. You don't want to pop the back up and then back round the other way. And again, breathing. Nice wide breath into the back and sides of your ribs every time, keeping the back down, keeping the ribs knitting in together. As always, just make the circle as big as you can control or as small as you can control. And keeping the upper shoulders away from the ears. One more in each direction. And then when you've finished, arms down by your side. And we'll do a similar thing with the hip. So we're going to release the hip and the leg in the hip joint by just allowing the knee to fall out to the side where you can control it, extending the leg away from you, pointing the foot, turning the leg back to parallel and drawing it back up to the start. So again, tummy button drawing into the body, nailing your back to the mat. Really find some extension through the leg as you stretch away and draw it back in again. So breathing in, take the knee to the side. Breathe out, extend away. Breathe in, turn the leg to parallel, and breathe out, drawing it back in. So nice considered movements, finding some mobility through the hip joint. Using your abdominal muscles to control that movement. One more in this direction. And then reverse. So you're sending the leg away as you breathe in, breathe out, turn the knee away, breathe in to draw the leg back, breathe out to place your foot down. So we're reversing the breath as well. So if you find you get clunking through the hip, normally it's nothing to worry about, and a few of these should help ease that off. Maria, nod your chin a little bit more, so find some length through the back of your neck. That's it. That's it, and one more in this direction. You're all keeping the other leg beautifully stable. And then change to the other side. So starting, breathing in to take the knee out to the side, breathe out to really lengthen it away, breathe in to bring it to parallel, breathe out using the abs to come back. And of course, relaxing the shoulders, keeping the abs engaged the whole time. So imagine you're balancing a lovely glass of Prosecco on your tummy area and you don't want to spill a drop. So you're really controlling and trying to keep that flat and stable. That's it. We'll have two more this way. Last one. And then reverse the direction. So stretch the leg away, turn it out to the side, draw it back in, and knee back to the ceiling. And again, extend away, turn it out, draw it back. That's it. Focus on going as smoothly as you can. I know we all get tangled up with the mats. Nice and slow, using your breath. And we've got one more this way. Finishing with your knees bent up, arms by your side. If you've got a cushion behind your head, take it away. And we'll do some pelvic tilting. So breathing out, tummy button in, just hovering the bottom of the floor as you curl your pubic bone towards you, breathing in to place it back down again. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the ribs knitting together. Just a couple really small ones to start with. Breathing out, peel it off, and breathe it in. Place it back down again. And come up a little higher, breathing out, peeling off. Lower ribs, and back down. All the time you can think about big toe, little toe, and heel on the floor, and the heels pressing almost as if you're trying to draw them in towards the body to get a bit more connection through the legs. And come up to bra strap level, breathing out, peeling off. Breath in to hold. Breathe out, soften through the front of the body, peel your spine down, upper, middle, and lower back until the pubic bone has to reach away between your knees. Ready to go again. Shoulders wide, arms widen, just loosely on the mat. Breath in to hold at the top, still keeping the pubic bone curled towards you. Breathing out, softening. Really imagine your spine like a string of pearls being placed down onto the mat till the tailbone reaches away. And we'll bring the arms into it, breathing out. Reach the arms forward, curl the pubic bone towards you, peel off. At the top, breathing in, reach the arms to the ceiling. Leave them there as you breathe out. Soften through the chest, place your body down until the tailbone hits. Then draw the arms into the shoulders, allow the shoulders to be wide on the mat. Place your arms down by your sides. Ready to go again, breathing out, peeling off. Taking the arms up. Breathing in, reach for the ceiling. Leave them there, breathing out. Curling down piece by piece by piece. Sink the arms into the shoulders, back of the shoulders on the mat. Turn the palms away from you. Engage your abdominals and then reach one leg away from you, one arm behind your head. So opposite arm and leg slides. Tummy button to spine as you breathe out to bring them back to the start. Breathing in, extending away. Breathing out to center. Trying to keep the arms heavy in the shoulder joints and the back of the shoulders on the mat. Keeping the abdominals, almost nailing yourself through to the mat, but I don't want it that harsh. I still haven't found the right imagery yet. And back and keep going. So using your breath, nice and slow and controlled. And there's always a little pause in the middle as you regroup and reset yourself. Keeping the arms as straight as possible. That's lovely. Lovely and stable. Keep those abs drawing in through the body. Keep the shoulders wide and relaxed. Good. And one more. Finish with your arms up to the ceiling again. Knees bent up. Then bend your elbows. Take your hands behind your head. Head heavy in the hands, and we'll do some curl ups. So Maria, just keep it tiny and just relax if you need to. Breathing out, keeping the tailbone down, slide the ribs forward, press the head into the hands, curling up as high as you can if you're not Maria, and back again. Breathing out, knees stay stable, abs drawing in, ribs funneling, and breathing in to relax back to the mat. So breathing out, balancing that glass of Prosecco on the tummy. Breathing in, relax. And again, breathing out, curling forward, keeping the chin nodded, press the head back into the hands, keep the elbows wide, Jeanette. Don't want to pull on the neck, that's it. Everything's happening through the lower abdominals, so the contraction there is drawing the ribs towards the hips to bring you up. So it's not big sit-ups like we do in the gym. It's much more subtle, deep movements. Breathing out. And back, good. Maria, I want you to rest there and then bring your legs one at a time into tabletop and just do some toe taps. So focus on drawing the abs down. Elaine and Jeanette, on your next curl up, breathing up, bring one leg into tabletop and curl back down. And then breathing out, curling up, bring the other leg up into tabletop. So you've got two up and curl back down. This time as you curl up, breathing out, you're going to walk your feet with knees bent down to the mat. And as you take your head back to the mat, you're going to walk your feet back up. So light toe taps, but with a little curl up as well. So Maria, slow it down, arms by your side. So legs up, Maria, that's it. And just slowly tapping down one leg to the floor, bringing it back. That's it. So, and everyone just relax, hug your knees in. That's quite hefty. Okay, and then Maria, feet on the floor, keep your legs glued together. We're going to do some nice hip rolls. So breathing in, just take your knees ever so slightly to one side. Breathing out, tummy button to spine. If you get any tension or pulling, make it smaller or stop. Jeanette and Elaine, bring your legs back into tabletop, do the same thing. So breathing in, take your knees over to one side, keep the shoulders on the mat. Breathing out, come back to center and breathing in the other way. If you find you're gripping the floor, turn your hands over so your palms are on the floor. And then you have to use your abdominals to control that roll. And if you want a little bit of extra, you can obviously take one leg straight or both legs straight, depending on how your abs are feeling. That's it, Elaine, lovely. Good. Brilliant. Keep breathing. So breathing in, take the legs over. And breathing out, use the abs to pull them back again. Keeping the shoulders on the mat. Keeping the knees in line with each other. So you're keeping your bum down. Maria, just allow the knees to go over just a little bit. That's way too much. Keep it a lot smaller today. One more in each direction. Lovely. Then when you're done, hug your knees into the body and just release off. So Maria, what I want you to do for this one is just keep one knee hugged in, straighten one leg away and bring it back. So nice and slowly, still thinking tummy button to spine. Elaine and Jeanette, nod the chin, press the shins away, curling up. And we'll do our single leg stretch. So we're changing legs in midair. That's it. Remember to breathe all the time. Abs drawing down to the body, shoulders wide, chins nodded. And 10 and 9 and 8 and 7, good, and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lovely. Hug the knees in. Maria, if you're feeling you can do that, do what we've just done. So nodding the chin, curling up, and just do a few single legs. Jeanette and Elaine, curling up, double leg stretch. So hold on to your shins, Elaine. Press them away, curl up, and take both arm and legs away. And in. Breathing out and curl up. Remember, the chest is coming to the knees and not the knees to the chest. So you really have to think down with the abdominals, keeping the chins nodded. That's it, Maria. Well done. Rest whenever you need to. That's it. Lovely, Jeanette. Curling up higher, Elaine. You can do it. Fab. Yes. 3 more. Brilliant. Elaine and Jeanette, stay curled up if you can. Maria, lie back, hug your knees in. Maria, feet down. Curl up if you want to, or just sit this one out. Jeanette and Elaine, curling up, taking the knees slightly further away from the body. If you want to have them long, we're going to do the 100, or have them down or up. So arms nice and long, beating from the armpits, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, out. That's it. In, out. Good. Keeping the tummy buttons nailing through the body, shoulders wide and relaxed. Keeping the chin nodded. You can bend your knees in at any point. You can put a hand behind the head if you want to. We're nearly there. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then hug your knees in. Fabulous. Have a little rock from side to side. Just release any tension. And we'll move on to our lovely oblique curl ups. So Maria, for this, just keep it tiny. If you're happy to, just tiny little roll to one side, curl up and back again. I really don't want you to take it too far. So Elaine and Jeanette, lift your legs into tabletop, knees together. This time as you curl up to one knee, tap the other foot down and back. If you can stay up in between, wonderful. Otherwise, come back to the mat each time. Breathing out to curl and tap one elbow towards the knee, and think elbow to knee, not knee to elbow, so you're angled away. That's it, Maria. Keep it nice and slow and keep your bum down. Doing brilliantly. That's it, Jeanette. Gorgeous. Nice wide elbows. Yes, Elaine. Fabulous. Elaine, you can just allow your feet to relax. Take tension out of them. Everything else is working hard. They don't need to. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Relax the shoulders. The more you do, the harder it's going to get. I know, especially with this type of exercise. And a couple more to each side. Brilliant. Then hug your knees in. Have a little rock from side to side. And then roll over onto your side. So legs nice and long. Again, if you want a cushion or something between the underneath arm. We'll start with our double leg lift. So think about drawing the underneath waist away from the mat You should be able to see your feet out of the corner of your eye. And I know camera angles do lie a bit. So, yeah, sorry, lost my thread. Breathing out, lifting the legs and hovering, and you can hover the head looking at the mat if you wish. Shoulders nice and relaxed, so you should have hip over hip, shoulder over shoulder, and underneath waist drawing up away from the mat, and hand in front for balance if you need it, and a little bit of extra support. So both legs glued together, and you want to think it's the underneath leg doing some of the heavy lifting. That's it. Lovely. And we're trying not to sink in the middle as we hover. It's a nice long, long line. So as much as you're lifting and stretching away, both ends. As it breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. Good. I can see no banana ring in the middle. That is fantastic. One more. And then lift the top leg to hip height. And then we squeeze the inner thigh, lifting and lowering. So you want to think, imagine someone's pulling that top leg away. Find some strength, still drawing up through the underneath waist, tummy button drawing into the body. A little bit of a squeeze around the bottom, shoulders nice and relaxed. But you should feel a lot of work through the inner thigh of that underneath leg as you breathe out to lift. Breathe in to lower. That's it. Brilliant. Good. Lovely. That's all looking so easy, which is great to see. Two more. And keep the top leg up if you can, rest at any point if you want to. Then bend it in and open to a shell and down and forward a bit to the chest and open the knee, close the knee, take it behind, open the knee, close the knee, forward, open and close and back and open and close and back, open and close. All the time, still really keep those abs, especially Maria. That's it, lovely. Good. Working through the hip. A lot of mobility happening today. And then extend the top leg away nice and straight, still at hip height. We're going to send it forward, flex the foot, lift it up, bring it back to hip height, point the foot, take the leg behind, and bicycle through. So leg forward, flex the foot. Excuse me, it's very rude, I know, in a lot of cultures. To see the sole of the foot, it's not intended. Bicycle forward, flex, lift and lower, send it behind, bicycle forward. That's it. Brilliant. That's looking great. Thinking the underneath waist, drawing up. Send it behind. One more. Lift and lower and send it behind. Brilliant. Deserve a bit of a rest. So we'll do a little chest release just to release. Maria, again, keep this tiny. I want Maria to have your hands bent, so sort of a little prayer. Everybody knees bent up. Think top hip reaching away. And we're going to breathe in and just rotate a little bit and back, Maria. Everyone else, you can have arms straight up and over to find a nice stretch. And then back again. So yeah, if you want cushions under your head for comfort, just use it. So use this for a stretch rather than anything else. Just to release. And do one more. And it depends how you feel about doing this, Maria. We're going to do a side plank, side bend. And to be fair, everyone can start sitting down. Have a bent elbow onto your forearm. Cross the top leg over the underneath leg. And as you breathe out, think hoist, lifting you up through the side, strong from armpit to hip, and come back down again. One more. So Maria, keep at this level and just rest if you need to. Jeanette and Elaine, if you're happy to, you can take your arm further away from you and we will do our full side plank. So coming up into the long plank, arm to the ceiling, overhead, back and down. That's it, lovely, good. So yep, on wrist or forearm, it doesn't matter, seated or long. And do one more, reaching away. Oh, shaky arm. Good, lovely. Scoot over and we'll do all that on the other side. I never know whether the second side is easier because you know what's coming or dread because you know what's coming. So nice and long. See your legs out of the peripheral vision, hand in front for balance, underneath waist, drawing up, shoulder and hips aligned, breathing out, lift and hover. Breathing in to place yourself down and breathing out, lift and hover. That's it. So keeping those legs glued together and take your attention to the underneath leg, which is acting as a little lift. You're lengthening away and tummy buttons drawing in to engage the abdominals. And underneath waist is drawing away from the mat. And shoulders are nice and relaxed. If you've got any neck tension, turning the head to look at the floor. And 3 more. That's it, lovely. Good. And after your final one, lift that top leg to hip height. And again, lifting the underneath leg and lowering it. So someone is pulling that top leg away and the inner thigh, sorry, squinting because the sun has suddenly come out, which is beautiful. That's it. And again, everyone just allow their feet to be at the end of the legs. No need to point, no need to flex, just think about the inner thigh, lifting and lowering. Breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. That's it. Nice relaxed shoulders, no tension. Easier said than done. And then one more. Then keeping the top leg at hip height, bend it into the chest, open the knee, bring it back down to hip height, take it behind and open the knee. So you can stay lying down. I'm sitting up so I can see you through the sunshine. That's it. So you can stay lying down, Maria. I'm just trying to see through the sun glare. So yeah, my technique is rubbish. I will stop. That's it. Lovely. So keeping the knee bent at all times, opening and closing, but keeping it at hip height. Well done. That's it. One more to the front, one more to the back. And then lengthening away again. We're going to send the leg forward, flex the foot, lift the leg, bring the leg back to hip height, send it behind, and bicycle. So again, keep those abs engaged. A little bit of work through the bum. Lovely. Brilliant. That's it. Leg forward and stretch. Flex the foot, lift the leg, place it back to hip height, draw it back, bend the knee, bring it forward. Try not to rock the body back too much, especially as you get tired after doing repetitions. One more. And then bend the knees up. Make sure you've got something under your head for comfort. Arms stretched out in front of you, or Maria, like a book. And do the lovely chest opener. So arms rotating round and back again. And think that someone's drawing that top hip away from you, so you're getting some length through the top line of your body, the edge of the body reaching for the ceiling. Shoulders relaxed. That's it. And do one more of those. And then taking your knee slightly further away from you, crossing the top leg over the underneath leg, coming onto your forearm, and we'll side plank. So breathing out, think a hoist, a little lift is pushing you up. So strength from armpit to hip and back down again. And again, breathing out, lifting up and down. And if you want to come up into a full one, either arm or forearm, arm to the ceiling, arm overhead, back to the ceiling and down. So really get some connection through the inner thighs. That's it, Jeanette. Think reaching away over the shoulder. Oh my God, this side is worse than the other for me. Shaky, shaky, having to work hard. Two more. You can do it, whatever version you're doing. Only Maria has the pass to rest whenever she wants to. Final time, up and over and back and down. Brilliant, well done. Release the wrists if you need to, or shake the forearms. Come to sitting. So again, Maria, I'd like you to have your arms crossed over your chest and keep them there so there's not too much strain. Elaine, Jeanette, legs nice and long, feet together. So you might want to hoik some bum out the way, really find the bony sit bones. Arms out to the side, and we'll do our spine twist. Going to bend the right elbow, pulse back for 2, and then center. So breathing in, rotating and pulsing, and 2. But the elbow doesn't go behind the shoulder, it stays in line with the shoulder. So you're still rotating only as far as the hips, the ribs will go. That's it. If it gets too much on the hip flexors, you can bend the knee or sit on a block to get some height. That's it. Is that feeling all right, Maria? You slow it down a little bit. Lovely, Jeanette. That's it, Elaine, gorgeous. Try not to sit back too much, really think up. You're spiraling like a little corkscrew. Every time you come to center, and it gets harder and harder the more we do. I know. See, I have the luxury of stopping and watching. That's it. And one more to each side. And then separate the legs a little bit. Again, if it's getting tight on the hip flexors, bend the knees. Otherwise, arms forward, palms flat. And we're going to nod the chin. Keep the arms on the level that they're at. Trying to think about getting the head and shoulders between them as you reach for your toes. Drawing back through the tummy button. And then sitting tall again. So again, Maria, if it's too much at any point, just stop. Breathing out, reaching forward. And breathing in, sitting up. I'm also thinking very much about pressing my legs into the mat to find the connection through there. So we're trying to get a lovely stretch through the spine. Nodding the chin, reaching the head forward through the arms, reaching forward, but don't allow the arms to drop or get any higher. That's it, lovely. Good. One more. And then separate your legs even further. Arms come wide to the outside of your legs. Maria, the saw, I'm not quite sure whether that's going to be too much for you. So just keep it tiny. So starting breathing in, rotate, nodding the head, reach and saw for the little toe. Sit back up and center. So breathe in, breathe out, reach and saw. Breathe in to sit up, breathe out to center. So all the elements of the spine twist and the spine stretch we've just done, drawing abs in. Thinking tall every time you come through the center point. And you can have a hand behind you to help push you forward if you want to at any point. Lovely. Trying to keep the shoulders relaxed. Well done, Maria. That's brilliant. Good. That's it, Elaine. Lovely. Gorgeous, Jeanette, as always. Fabulous. One more to each side. And a little treat to release the hips, which are probably feeling a bit nasty by now. Legs back together, either on your forearms or on your wrists. We're going to squeeze the bum a billion zillion percent and just come up and hold a little back plank if you're happy to. That's it. So keep the chin nodded, shoulders wide, and then come back down. Lovely. One more of those if you're up for it. Squeeze the bum, lifting up. I'll allow you to think pressing the hips up to the ceiling just to release off. And coming back down again. Fabulous. Okay, so where are we with time? Right, going to roll over onto our front. So see how this feels, Maria. Put a nice pillow underneath. I'll do this way so I can see you. Let's start with tiny little cobras. So legs separated ever so slightly, toes pointed away, so resting a little bit on the big toe joints. Keep the arms bent. So you want to breathe out, think someone's pulling the crown of your head away. You're reaching your head away from your shoulders, squeezing the bottom, drawing the tummy button in, and gradually lifting up the very upper back and coming back down again. So we're trying to find a stretch through the front of the body and get the upper back extending. So the chin's nodded. It's a little stretch rather than anything else. If you're feeling anything in your lower back, think more lengthening away and forward first. That's it, lovely, Elaine. Oh, lovely, Jeanette. Maria, that's looking great. Make sure you're not straining anything, pulling anything too much. And do one more. And then from there, think about squeezing the bum, lifting the legs off, lengthening the arms away, sliding the shoulders down so you come up into a little skydive. Maria, if this is too much for you, just stay down and you can lift opposite arm and leg. Everyone else, we're going to tap opposite arm and leg. So you really focus on squeezing the bum, sliding the shoulders down towards the hip, finding some extension. Then when you're happy, you can speed it up a bit and have the challenge of trying to keep your body stable as those arms and legs move independently. So you don't have to be up really high. Again, it's long, low hovers. That's it, legs nice and straight, arms as straight as you can get them. Chin's nodded, crown of the head reaching away, brilliant. And I'll count you down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant, relax. Sit back into a child pose to release off. Maria, are you all right? Fabulous. So Maria, we're going to do hamstring curls. You might want to, instead of being on your front, just stand and do some basic squats, thinking about the tailbone going straight down. Or if you've got something to stand on, you can stand against the wall and do them against the wall. Everybody else, back on your front, you can have your hands underneath your forehead, separate the legs ever so slightly. Think about reaching the right leg away, and we'll do 10 hamstring curls on the right. So breathing out to curl, breathing in to lengthen the leg away. So the bum will be squeezing about 50%. You don't have to bring the knee or the leg right to the bum, but just the intention of the line. So I'd lean against your wardrobes, Maria. So you've got something to hold on to, and then you can focus just on bending the knee and getting that hamstring to work. That's it, but keep the knees in line, send the leg back. So you want to open the front of the hip. Good, everyone. When you're done, because you'll all be working at different speeds, sit back into a child pose so I can see where everyone's at. Once you've done 10 on each side. Relaxing the shoulders, using your breath, thinking about the muscles that are contracting as you bend the knee. Good. Brilliant. In that case, let's come back onto our hands and knees this time. So again, think about these shoulders drawing away from the ears, nice and wide through the back of the shoulder blades. Have a look where your feet are. They should be in line with your legs, and the creases of the elbows facing towards each other. And we'll do our dog. So extending one arm and leg away and coming back. Without shifting the position of your back, so you're really drawing up through the abdominals. And of course, you are at liberty just to work on arms or legs and just stay on the floor, sliding away, drawing things back or lifting them up. Shoulders down. That's it, lovely. So Jeanette, don't lift the arm and legs too high so you arch your back, trying to keep the back straight and not moving. So really think about extension and length rather than height, and allow those shoulders to relax and widen. That's it, Maria, good. Nice change over, Elaine, brilliant. Everybody, from my angle, you could do with relaxing the shoulders a little bit. So think, just allow them to widen and draw away from the ears. One more on each side. And then if you're happy and your wrists will allow, stay here and step back one leg, then the other, and hold a nice plank. If you want to come onto your forearms, do that. Oh, look at you, Maria, wonderful. And then let's step one knee in towards the same elbow and take it away again. Sucking up the tummy button into the body. The back stays straight, doesn't move up and down. Just walking. One more on each side. And then sit back, walk your hands to your body, release the wrists. Brilliant. One more exercise before we completely relax. Back onto your backs. Nothing behind the head. We will just bridge because it is so good for our backs and our hips and our bums and our knees. So shoulders wide, find the mat. We'll just do very simple standard ones. So breathing out, think squeezing the bum, lift up into a nice long line. And the Pilates bridges, hips stay in line with the ribs, stay in line with the hips, with the knees and down. Breathing out, lift. So we're looking for one long line rather than anything more yoga related, which gets a little bit more back extension. Breathing out, lift. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. Two more. Lovely. And final time. And my favorite, take your legs nice and wide apart. Going to drop one knee to the floor. second knee aims for the ankle of the first leg. You're going to turn away from those legs. But Maria, don't do it if it pulls anything too dramatically. Just focus on opening the hip and breathing out tummy button to spine. Over to the other side. Breathing in the middle. Back up to center. And then bring the legs together. Extend one leg along the mat. Hug underneath the knee to draw the other knee into the chest. And this is also a really nice way of helping release if you've got any tension in the front of the hip. Breathe into that. And change it slightly so you're holding the knee around the side on the outside and just draw that leg across the body, trying to find a bit of a stretch through the bum area. If there's any tension there. So you might want to bring it up higher to the chest or further down the leg, wherever you find that helps. And then change sides. So holding underneath the knee, draw it into the body, stretch the other leg away. Direct your breath down the front of your body, down into your leg. And then draw that bent knee across the body, finding a bit of a stretch. So I feel it much more on this side. Couple more nice deep breaths. That's it, just relaxing. And then just lie, arms up and overhead. Stretch your feet away. And a little side bend, so just bend to one side on the mat if it's comfy. Back to center. And the other way. And back to center. Then give yourself a hug. Biggest hug you can. Open the arms out into a T. And hug yourself the other way. Massive hug. If you work really hard, you deserve it. Brilliant. Rolling over onto your side, just coming up. And you're released back into the world.